Okay, if you guys click on this comment, you will see that at the end of this video, I said, I don't believe that the earth is flat, but I do believe that there's life at the center of the earth, like underwater life. And I keep getting comments that the earth is flat, and it's hard for me to believe, but then I saw this. So if you guys don't know, there's an Illuminati card game. And the Illuminati card game has a bunch of predictions of what's happened in our times, what's gonna happen in our times, literally everything, 9/11, everything's on there. This was one of the cards. Flat earthers. People laugh, but the flat earthers know something. And all of these cards have truth to them. So now I'm questioning, is the earth flat? So I started doing a little research, and apparently people believe that the earth is a firmament, because I guess there's Bible verses that allude to that. You can see them here. And God made two great lights, and the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon earth. Apparently that's what Genesis 1:16-17 says. And Genesis 1:7 says, and God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. So I guess this is kind of what it looks like. Now here's the reason that I can kind of believe this. Because of the Truman Show. Do you guys remember when he got to the end of the ocean and he ran into a wall? I don't know. The Truman Show has always stuck with me. So I guess this is essentially what it would be. So it looks like there's an underworld. I wonder if that's the underwater world. Firmament with the stars, the ocean. And there's this one down here, which I guess there's water above us. So then it reflects below us, or there's water below us. Here's another quick little rundown of what the firmament is. Also, this is the firmament according to Egyptians when they did their, I guess, art and everything. This is how they depicted it. And then also Hebrew. So it turns out that pretty much everyone thinks that the earth is a firmament, so it's like flat with the globe, except for us. So except for NASA telling us that the earth is round. So now I'm questioning everything because I don't trust NASA. They lied to us about the moon. Did they lie to us about this too? I mean, probably. And I will say that I had a dream where I was inside, it was flat and there was a globe on top of me and I was looking out. I don't know, is it? At first I thought it was a spaceship, but what if I was seeing this? I'm mind blown now. Question everything, people. Yes, let's talk about it, because a lot of people were like, what do you mean that you think that space isn't real? So you don't believe in space? I don't believe in NASA's version of space. Now, why don't I believe in NASA's version of space? Because they're liars, okay? Obviously, I do believe that there is life outside of this bubble that we live in. My merch literally says, finding my way back home, with a lot of stars and galaxies on it. So I know that there is life beyond this. I'm constantly talking about aliens. What I don't believe is this. Now, why don't I believe that we live on this floating rock in space? Because every civilization before us has believed that we live in a firmament. You're gonna tell me that all of these people were wrong. Even the Masonic one shows a firmament, and that the only people that were correct was the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire, who colonized the entire world. Julius Caesar was the one who changed the calendar. The Roman Catholics were the ones who created Christianity. They are the ones who changed the Bible. And honestly, do you really want to follow the Roman Empire, knowing everything that the Catholic Church does? Knowing that Christopher Columbus colonized every colony that he possibly could, enslaved your ancestors, and they all changed the history of time, and we are products of colonization. Now, we know that The Simpsons and cartoons and entertainment tells us everything right to our faces. So let's see what they have to say.
We're back. Adventure steroid Santa Claus kicks and deals. It's a long fly ball going back. And the ball shatters the sky, bringing the ocean itself down into the stadium. Oh, Simpson just broke this dream's reality wide open. Groundskeepers are trying to put on the tarp, but it turned into a manta ray and stung them all. Now we'll be right back after this word from oxygen, which Homer desperately needs to live.
Homer, the roof is leaking.
It may be hard to see tonight, but we are all standing under a glass ceiling right now. Oh, we weren't able to shatter that hardest glass ceiling this time, thanks to you. It's got about 18 million traps in it. I know, we have still not shattered that highest and hardest glass ceiling, but someday someone will, and hopefully sooner than we might think.
As you can see, they literally put it in our freaking faces every day. Now, my theory is that space is water. I believe that we live in a bubble inside a big body of water. I believe that water is God and God is water. And we are 70% water. We come from water. There have been children who said, I remember coming from water. I personally remember coming from water. And I believe that trees are oxygen and trees give us life within this firmament. That is why we need to stop cutting them down and wake up. That's weird. Is that Flat Earth on CBS on a show called Big Brother? Wait a minute. This is way too suspicious. If you guys don't know, there is a show called Big Brother on CBS that has been on for, oh my God, like 25 years. I've been watching it since season 2. I'm watching it the other night, and all of a sudden their competition making fun of conspiracy theorists. Yeah. So Julie's like, well, we know that conspiracy theories have been around forever, but today we're going to talk about the oldest conspiracy of time, which is the flat earth. Okay, this isn't the oldest conspiracy theory ever. I mean, this started around the 1940s because that's when the lie of the round NASA Earth started. This was actually fact up until NASA popped up and changed it. So of course they put tin foils on all of the contestants and then started making fun of people that believe in this.
Chemtrails, that's the government trying to track you.
Yeah, they threw in the chemtrails in there too. They said, hey sheeple, chemtrails are real. Chemtrails is the government trying to track you. And then people laughed. They literally put everything right in our faces and people still want to laugh about it. Now, the sun's path over flat earth would equal out to an infinity sign. Also interesting, since we covered 8 being the number of time and 8 signaling infinity sign in the Hoover Dam series, and how they want to keep us stuck in a time loop. Right here, you guys can look it over, the sun's path over flat earth. This is why in the northern hemisphere we get longer, warmer days in the summer, shorter, colder days in the winter. I mean, but like, is this true? Because who's actually been able to see if the sun actually forms this? Well, looks like people have. Yeah. So it turns out that if you take a picture of the sun once a week for the year, it forms into that path. This is a way better picture. Look at that. Tell me that's not yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So how are you going to tell me that the earth is round and we live in a floating rock, yet this confirms this? So Big Brother can make fun of us all they want, but we know the truth, and they're also telling us the truth right to our faces because they have to. It's part of the plan, you guys. A lot of people don't understand why would they tell us everything, because if they tell us everything and we just laugh it off and don't do anything about it, then we give them permission to keep fooling us, to keep lying us, and to keep us stuck in this fucking loop. So break the fucking cycle. Wake the fuck up.
I'm looking at this shit like, what? Y'all, why the UN declares war on dangerous conspiracy theories, which is us, talking about the world is not secretly manipulated by global elite? Well, obviously, yes, the fuck it is. What y'all doing all this for? Y'all, this shit is for real. Y'all, this shit is for real. It's talking about the United Nations has declared war on conspiracy theorists, describing the rise of conspiracy thinking as worrying and dangerous, and providing the public with a toolkit to pre-bunk and debunk anybody who dares to suggest that world governments are anything but completely honest, upstanding, and transparent. Man, quit playing. I cannot make this shit up, y'all. It said the UN also warns that George Soros, the Rothschilds, and the state of Israel must not be linked to any alleged conspiracies. They have declared war on us, bro. And it says UNESCO has teamed up with Twitter, the European Commission, and the World Jewish Government to launch the campaign dubbed #ThinkBeforeSharing. Talking about this shit is serious. The UN declares war on dangerous conspiracy theories? Man, what the hell? And y'all ain't just declaring war, y'all been declaring war. We been getting attacked all kind of ways on these fucking social medias. And what the fuck is a conspiracy theorist anyway? And conspiracy theories is a word that y'all came up with some bullshit that y'all came up with so that when people tell the truth about shit and speak up, nobody won't believe them.
Y'all hear that shit? Did I not tell you that the United Nations was already the New World Order? That the United Nations got together for the fucking Atlantic Charter in the 1930s to 1940s to pretty much take over the fucking world. And now they want to silence us. Now they want us to shut up, to keep the Rothschilds' name out of their mouth, George Soros out of their mouth, Israel out of their mouth. Like, damn. Y'all don't think this is making you look even more guilty? Like, how obvious can you be? This was released on August 3rd. And I cannot believe that they're really gonna come here and attack. Bro, we've been knowing that you wanted to make people look crazy all the time. You call people with schizophrenia crazy. People with schizophrenia just have they have no veil, okay? They just see shit that we cannot. People with autism are just more awake than we are. They're more sensitive to energies and can feel a lot more intuitive than we. Anyone that has been called crazy, anyone that's been called, oh, they have a developmental issue. No, they're fine. You're the problem. You're the problem for thinking that this plain status quo is what everyone should, and that anyone who thinks outside the box and actually uses their fucking brain is crazy. Wake the fuck up. They are lying to you. They're trying to keep you as a slave, and you better not fucking let this shit happen for another fucking 100 years.